everyone. It's me, Ari Dossett, or just call me Rashid. That's fine. I'm here with another live for you. First of all, thank you all for being here. Let me know in the live chat, please. Can you hear me clearly? That's quite important for me right now. Let me know right now if you can hear me clearly. I'm in the living room now. It's afternoon here in the Netherlands. I favor optic internet, so it's the quickest one you can find around here. But I still want to check if you can hear me clearly. Just let me know in the live chat. Can you hear me clearly, please? All right. I'll just watch first the camera. Give me just a minute to check where you can hear me. First, let me draw this very quickly over here. Hold on. First of all, thank you all for being here in this live. All right. Let me also. All right. So let me check if you can see me correctly and hear me well. Hold on, let me check. All right, you can hear me well. I see Joanna is here. Hi, Joanna. Sylvie Favorite is here. Maria Garcia is here. Diana is here. Lovely Stones is here. Mick Bell is here. Hey, Mick Bell, by the way, I want all of you, not just some of you, all of you afterwards. If you haven't done it yet, email me your cell phone number. And please have WhatsApp or Telegram. I can have a telephone fellowship with you afterwards, one of these days. Please do it immediately. And I also want to add you to the Telegram group I've going. If you haven't done it yet, please do so. Thank you very much. Charles Miller's here too. I'm glad you're here, Charles. Reg is here too. Okay. Now, first I want to talk about sound. Okay. What is sound? Okay. Now, sound exists on two planes, the physical plane and the psychic plane. Okay. Spiritual, psychic, and energetic. Let me explain the difference. Spiritual is all the non-material reality out there. Okay, that's spiritual. Psychic is what you can do as a human being with the spiritual. That's psychic. Okay. Energetic is both the physical and non-physical in working together. That's energetic. Okay. So I want to talk about sound. Sound is on the physical plane and on the psychic plane. You hear me? It goes down to this. Animals are just physical creatures. So when they make sound, they give off a physical wave of energy, a physical energy into the earth. We can pick it up. That's it. Okay? We as human beings, we're spirit beings with physical extensions, which are our physical bodies. We are not the physical bodies, we just are extensions. So when we talk, when we communicate when we make sounds on two levels, both on a physical plane to our physical bodies, as on a psychic level. The spirit sound is also called your psychic volume. Okay? Now, physical sound is a wave, it's an energy wave. Physical light is also an energy wave, as well as physical sound is an energy wave. Now, physical sound is an energy wave that is quite dense. That's why we hear it. You hear me? Now, can you see sound? If you have special crystals in your camera, you may see a movement, a shaking, okay, for how sound looks like. But you can't actually naturally see sound, because sound is a wave, okay? Now, the Heavenly Father built our physical ears in such a way that when the sound wave comes, there's multiple frequencies in it. Our ears are designed to distinguish all of them and transfer it to our brain. So I'm talking right now, okay? Your mobile phone or the speaker of your computer is reproducing what I'm saying right now. And this reproduction you hear with your physical ears, okay? But when I speak, I also give off a psychic volume. So this is me, okay? You see the sound waves are coming out of my mouth. Well, when my mouth is speaking, my body is shaking with it too. So also my organs are making a vibration anytime I speak. It's not just my mouth and my vocal cords that are making, they're shaking. Also the rest of my body. So when I just walk, I give out these physical waves, which is a sound that you can hear around me. Men have a high, dense wave. Women have a softer wave. That's how it is. Okay. Now I also give out a psychic volume. It's my spirit sound. It goes like this. Let's say I'll go outside and I will see someone wearing a blue dress. I may like the blue dress and say, hey, nice dress. When I say this, the physical sound comes out, nice dress. And also there's a psychic volume come out. That individual will pick up my good intention. You know what I mean? Because the communication goes into twofold. An animal can only, quote unquote, speak, as you call it, on the physical plane. We as human beings speak on both planes at the same time. You know what I mean? If you're emitting some energetic flow to someone, then you're also emitting a type of volume. It's not spirit sound, you're just emitting a psychic shock. You know what I mean? That's telepathy. Telepathy can give off a psychic shock with a mesh in it. For example, you can have a guy that's a bit creepy, and you think, oh, creep, get away. You emit this resistance towards it. He picks it up and he feels so comfortable and he walks away. There's a type of psychic volume, but it's not the same as spirit sound. You know what I mean? So we communicate on two levels all the time, okay, when we use our mouth, okay? And we're the only being that can do that. Only angelic beings, including, and also the fallen angels, or both angelic beings, both heavenly creatures, they can only speak on the spirit, on the psychic level. They only have psychic volume, okay? Because they have no physical bodies like we do, okay? So when an angelic being enters the human realm, they need to shape shift into a metaphysical form so that their psychic sound becomes intense enough to trigger a physical echo. You know what I mean? So an angelic being can just appear in front of you and talk to you. You won't hear anything. You think, why is this spirit being moving his mouth? I don't hear anything. The angelic being has to intensify his voice in such a sharp way, there is a physical echo coming out of it. And that physical echo is one of those. I think I need to teach you over here. By the way, I'm not a sound scientist, okay? If there's someone out there who's specialized in music and sound, you can ask this too. When it comes to some physical sound waves, don't worry about my drumming. I know it's a bit ugly drumming, but okay, just take it, okay? When it comes to physical sound wave, you have very low frequencies of sounds, those you don't hear physically. You have those who are extremely high, which you can't hear either. Now, this in the middle is what you can hear physically. You know what I mean? And this is the physical, okay? Let me write down to you. This is the physical, okay? When you have angelic beings coming to communicate, they have to either lower their intensity so you can hear it over here or up here. Angelic beings seldom put it up here because this is way too, this sound wave sounds too high pitch. It's a very high pitch. That's this type of frequency. So an angelic being has to intensify his speech into this lower frequency over here. And then there's an echo that's generated. It's a physical echo. And your brain is able to pick up this physical echo. So when an angelic being is speaking to you, you don't hear it that loud and clear like I'm speaking right now, but you do hear it, what he's saying. If he's using a human language, you can understand. If you speak Italian and you don't speak Russian and the angelic being speaks Russian, okay, you still hear him, but you can't understand anything. Obviously, he needs to speak the language you understand. Or if he speaks an angelic language, there's no way you can understand, okay? But that's how angelic beings have to do when they're talking to human beings. They cannot go on the full audible tone of the human, of the physical. They're not. If they do that, our bodies can't pick it up. It's way too. It's like a big disruption in our brain. They have to go low, okay? And angelic beings are men, so if they go low, we can pick it up, okay? Or they go high, but they rarely do this. All right. So Is it clear to you now how angelic beings, which are all males, talk to human beings and how we human beings communicate through sound? Is this clear onto you? Let me know the live chat. I'm going to check. Hold on. All right, please let me know. Is it clear onto you? I see the, hold on a minute. Wait. Can you all see me now? Okay, you can all see me, which is good. Good. So understand this. Understand this very well. The physical sound waves are picked up by our brains. We physically experience it, and it also has a physical effect on our body. If you're at a festival and it's loud music, it affects your stomach, your liver, everything, because the sound is there. So sound also affects the rest of your body. It doesn't actually decode it for your brain. Your ears decode for your brain. The rest doesn't, but it still affects the rest of it. If you're at the funeral and they play this very intense soft music, it tends to do something with you physically. If you're at a concert with very intense music, it tends to make your heartbeat go faster. So sound also is affecting your physical body, okay? That's physical. The psychic volume does affect the physical, but it's not received by the physical, right? It's received by the soul, which is in the chest, okay? So all other sounds affects whole body, and it goes to these shells of, to these, what do you call it in English? To your ears, and eventually reach the brain. A psychic volume goes directly to the chest, in the chest, to the soul. All right? That's why when people are talking crap about you, you say it broke my heart, because the soul is located next to the heart. So if the soul is troubled, it affects the organs around this. The soul's not physical, that's a physical effect. Okay? Now, the thing is, can we hear? We can hear angelic beings if they make effort to communicate. Okay? But here's the thing. Sometimes we get confused when we hear angelic beings speak, because it's not the same tone as any human speaks to you. It's a bit lower. So you can think, did I really hear this, or did I imagine this? You get me? Now, occultists were always fascinated by hearing the spirit realm. Now, there is this thing since the 1840s called electronic voice phenomenon, and it comes down to the following. Pagans understand that when evil spirits communicate, they also on a low. They go on the low. So since the time, because the pagans later in the 19th century, and also in the 20th century, when people began to develop recordings, how to record sounds, so you can reproduce it, whether it's on a long play or it's on the tape, pagans wanted to be able to record conversations with evil spirits. Don't ask me why they want to do that crap when they want to communicate with demons and not with Heavenly Father. But anyway, they are able to do this. There are special microphones out there with the special equipment in the technology that makes it able for you to pick up the low frequencies that normally we don't hear directly. And they now can highlight those recordings in a computer by pitching high. Then you can actually hear what's being said. Now, of course, there are hoaxes out there, people faking this, but this thing is quite hard to fake a real, you can't fake a real one of it. So there are people doing this, and they actually can hear things on the recording. Now, if the demons speak their own angelic language, fuck it, you can't hear, you can't say anything, because nobody speaks angelic language. Unless you are a high degree Freemason or high degree warlock, or what's this, blah, 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 thing they do in church. If you understand that, they can understand the demons. But if the demons talk a human language like English or Dutch or Chinese, you're able to understand it. You also have this thing called the spirit box. Okay? What happens is that we have this box over there with this special microphone with some crystals and all of it. And they put it somewhere in the house, like a tiny altar, and they ask the spirit to communicate with them. So a demon would come, talk towards the box, and the box will echo what the demon is saying. And the word, even pagans will connect this to a telegraph also. They will put a telegraph machine over there, and the demon would come, and the sound wave will actually translate into the telegraph going off. You know what I mean? So it's the spirit boxes. The pagans use that till this day. By the way, many musicians, even politicians, use spirit boxes to get instructions on what to do next. You know what I mean? So they show you what they're doing. They don't tell you on national TV that, hey, we communicated with some evil fallen angels on this next political policy over here. They were not going to tell you, they're going to show you through symbolism what they're involved in. You see them with a symbol of a Greek god, like Minerva or whatever, and you think, why are they using a symbol of a Greek god over there? And the color code blue over and over again. And then they speak in this ritual way. They're showing you what they're doing. And once do your own research, figure out what they're involved in. So that they show you it. They don't tell you, they show you, because once they show you, it's in your face, it's proof. You know what I mean? Now, and they're also an interesting thing when it comes to visual sites. By the way, look at this very well, because I'm going to wipe this all out and show and talk about the visuals. I'll work with the visual. Why some people can see the spiritual honor, why some can't. Okay, this is just basics I'm repeating from all. I have over 6,400 videos. Okay, I don't expect to see all of them. No, but I want to give you a summary of the things I said. So I'm going to wipe this all out now. I already explained the sounds to you. Now I'm going to explain the visuals. And by the way, the slides will take a bit longer, so be patient, please. When it comes to the visual, okay? This physical light is an intense energy wave. This energy wave is quite wild, it goes everywhere. You know what I mean? White lights are all colors together, or you have a low frequency of bright which consists out of colors. That's physical light. Okay, our human eyes by the way, it's not a biological class over here. I'm just pointing a few things out. Our human eyes pick up. For example, let's say there's a tree over here. And in your eyes, it's upside down. And your brain transport, it goes to your brain the right way. And you see it. You know what I mean? That's how physical light operates. That's how we see what's in the physical. You know what I mean? Now, physical light also has intensities to it, as we know. The thing is, physical light is different from spirit light or a psychic light. You have physical light and you have, is it a good one? Hell no, away with it. And you have psychic light. Psychic light is less into your face than physical light. Okay, let me show it like this. Let's say this is a human being, and this is, let me move this over here. This is visible light, okay? Visible light with all its view come into the brain and it's perceived, okay? Now this is the soul, okay? The center of our being, you know what I mean? Psychic light is like a 3D wave. And it goes directly to the soul. Okay? Now, physical light is like a wave. It goes on like this. Psychic light is like an echo, a 3D echo hitting you. Okay? That's why your physical eyes cannot see it. Because your physical eyes are only designed to pick up the waves that comes towards it. You know what I mean? And your physical eyes are designed in such a way by God that it's like a super telescope. It actually gives autofocus everything very quickly. You know what I mean? So you can operate fully in the physical world. Now, psychic light is a 3D wave. Okay? So your eyes are not designed to pick it up. So it's the soul that picks it up. Okay? For example, let's say there's a couple walking outside right now, okay? A man and a woman, okay? An elderly couple. Honestly, just an elderly couple, because you have physical light from around falling upon them, bouncing back, and my eyes pick it up, and I can say, oh, there's a couple walking over there. But the psychic light is actually like a radiation that goes off. Let's say that woman is extremely toxic, okay? Her energy field is completely polluted. Now, this also is the psychic light is something that's just there. You know what I mean? It's just there and it bounces off. Physical light needs to travel. Okay? If you turn on a lamp, for example, or you light a candle, something begins to burn, a shock comes out, that's physical light. You know what I mean? So physical light is in movement. Okay, so let me write it down for you. Physical light moves. Psychic light echoes. That's a big difference. Okay? So physical light has to move. Okay? But psychic light is an echo that just goes off like that. So I would look at the elderly couple, and my physical eyes was just an elderly couple walking by. But my soul inside of me picks up, there's this grayish foam around the woman. Now, if I put on a physical camera to be able to record physically what's there, you will not see any foam around the woman. That foam is there, that's the psychic pollution around her. That affects her also on a physical level. But physical light cannot reflect that. You know what I mean? You will feel it around the woman because she's so toxic. Your physical body will pick it up, but you can't see it. Because the cameras we build can only pick up visible physical light. But now, there are cameras out there, your special lenses, special crystals, they can pick up an echo from psychic light, okay? And those echoes are not always that clear. Let's be frank about it. So if you have a professional photo camera of Sony or what's that? I don't know what the Japanese name, Japanese camera. Okay, anyway, you take on a professional camera like professional photographers have. Put the special crystal in the lens, whatever. Take a shot. The shot's going to be quite blurry because you're going to pick up an echo of psychic light. You won't pick up psychic light directly like you put the physical light over you. So that's why, for example, if you have a mall and there are a bunch of demons hanging around there, the demons are disrupting the electromagnetic field of the earth. And this disruption also disrupts the physical light that's in movement. So when you have disruption of physical light, in that disruption, you can pick up psychic light more clear. You know what I mean? When physical light is disrupted, you can easily pick up psychic light. You know what I mean? So then you have a camera and pick up an orb going by. You have seen those things? You have an orb that comes by. Or you have some weird shadow passing by and there's nobody there. It is because the demon that's there is disrupting the psychic light from moving around. The physical light from moving around. So now the psychic light can just be seen more clearly. Okay? And the camera, because there's a special lens, it can pick up more intensity. It can pick up an echo of the psychic light. That's why you don't see the demon in full as he really is, but you see an echo like a silhouette or like a little orb going around. So now, is this about physical and psychic light clear onto you now? And why some people can see the spirit world while others cannot? If you're able to see the spirit world because your soul has been molded by the community to be open to receive signals around you. Most people, their souls are deformed by their upbringing, so they don't actually pick up anything from the spirit world. That's why they have a hard time decoding when a spirit's talking, or they have a hard time noticing psychic light when there is visible. So is it clear to you now why some people can see and hear the spirit work and others cannot? Let me know in the live chat. Let me know. Is this clear onto you? All right. So why did I talk about sound and light first? Because a lot of you don't understand that as human beings, we're spirit beings with physical bodies. And as spirit beings, everything we do is spiritual. And as spirit beings, also sex beings, as God designed us, male and female. So everything you do on the earth must have a spiritual meditation first before you take physical action. That's what you don't understand. Evil spirits don't have a physical body to put a physical imprint on the earth. That's why they need you, the human, to make the physical imprint for them. So evil spirits need you as a vehicle to put their sick desires in the earth. You follow me? You are a spirit being native to the earth, so you can put your imprint on the earth and act it out. Other human beings may go against your imprint. That's why I have all these fights in the world. But evil spirits cannot have any imprint on the earth. They need you as a vehicle. All right? Now, the title of this live stream is Sexual Teamwork. Okay? Remember I told you, Adam was a sound being. The Heavenly Father took dirt from the ground, formed this physical body, and God breathed this sound into this body of dirt, and this body of dirt became alive. The body of dirt was just dirt, dust, but it was the sound God breathed into this creature that is the real human being. So the first human being was actually sound that came from God's mouth. You know what I mean? Adam was magnetized sound. You know what I mean? Later, when God made the woman, Adam as magnetized sound, so he magnetized the earth with this activity. So God calmed him down, and from Adam's rib, which was the physical dirt God used first, God shaped another body that is in harmony with the man, and he put another sound in it. But this was, how do I say it? This was energized sound. They need a mechanism of the male. So women are energized sound. Men are magnetic sound. We are sound creatures. That's why we're built in such a way that when we speak, we communicate, we actually release sound on two levels, the physical plane and the spirit plane. Okay? Our sexuality also connects to sound because we're sound creatures. Okay? So understand this. On earth, males and females need to be in tune with their sound design for everything to work out well and smoothly. If that's not the case, then everything is falling apart. Simple as that. So without sexual health, there is no prosperity on the earth. I repeat it over and over again. There is no real prosperity on the earth without sexual health. Sexual health is you being in tune with your design fully. As well as a man, if you're a man, as a woman, if you're a woman, you accept your vulnerability to the full, and you get along with all the abilities God has given you, that is sexual health. Prosperity is the long-term stability and abundance that comes from this sexual health. Sexual health is a stable condition that brings forth stability in the physical realm, in which people feel comfortable get along. That is prosperity. Prosperity is not a bubble, okay? So let me explain that to you. I'm going to remove all of this now. If you have a better explanation of this. All right? So bear with me. There's a man, there's a woman next to him. And I put a nice dress on her. Okay. This is the male energy field, which is quite big. And inside, you have the feminine energy fields too. Also collapsed him now. If they have sex, because he has a sex drive that's like fire all around, and she has urges that bounce so together, they give off this lively emission. This has a calming, soothing effect on nature and the animals. That's what Adam and Eve had. You know what I mean? Adam is like, it has the sex drive, which is a fire, a blue fire in his energy fields. And Eve had these layers of stickiness. Both together, her stickiness covers Adam when they walk around, and his fire actually is boosting her softness. So what happens now, this sexual couple is, they have a soothing effect on nature. So everywhere they go, animals are at ease. Wild animals were unstable by design. God made wild animals to be unstable by design. Why is it when human beings come around, suddenly calm down? So wild animals are built with wildlife decks. When we walk around, they suddenly are in line. You know what I mean? That's how God built them. You know what I mean? That's how God gets the credit. That's why an elephant is so physically dense and big. An elephant can easily trap upon a human being and kill the human body. But when a human being operates in a sexual health, they can walk by and elephants bows down. No, okay, this is the monster coming by over here. The animal knows it. You can have a horse. That's why we dominate horses. A horse is an intense being. A horse can get frightened anytime and came to jump at everyone, kill everyone. But the horse knows when this girl comes by, she's my monster. I need to listen. When she gives a push, I need to go to the left, or I need to go to the right. That's how we ride horses. You know what I mean? Your dog at house. No, when you snap your fingers, okay, I need to sit down. Why? It's your sexual emission that lets animal know you're above me. You know what I mean? You're not sexually involved physically with the animal. I'm not talking. Don't get weird things in your head now. Some people get ready. Don't do that. If that's you, get off my channel, please. But your sexual emissions calm down the animal. The opposite is true too. If you're sexually unhealthy, the animals are going to get terrified of you. Let's say a few dogs, or the dogs are wild animals, by the way. We domesticate them by our effort, they're wild animals. If you have a good positive emissions, some dogs want to be around you all the time. You can do woo, 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 while they're being around you because they're excited to be around you. You know, they're not going to bite you, just excited to be around you because you have a positivity. If you walk around in a depressed state or an anxious state, some of those dogs begin to look at you. Some can feel hostile, begin to like they want to bite you because they're terrified of you. Why? Because your emissions are polluted, and the animal can pick up the pollution effect that's on its body. You know what I mean? So this is how God designed sexual couples to be. The man is happy. The sex drive is the blue fire. He fires in him. The woman has the soft layers. Both together has a soothing effect. Whether they're having intercourse or not, them together has that soothing effect on the environment. All right? Now, if this soothing effect is not there, they're releasing pollution. They're losing heaviness and toxicity. And unfortunately, now on the earth, most sexual unions are pollutions in action. Unfortunately, that's why you have this harmony in nature. Okay? We as human beings should be the ones dominating all the animals at ease. We shouldn't have zoos, shouldn't even exist. You know what I mean? Animals should know, oh, no. Human beings live there. They care for us. So let's go away. You know what I mean? So animals should be. But if animals don't get this monsterly domination from you as human being, they don't think, well, this is creature. It's not a human being. It's a human being. I need to listen. It looks like a human, but it acts like an animal. What is it? The animal gets terrified. They need to attack this thing because God didn't make this. You know what I mean? That's what animals are. Animals are like machines, it says. It's either an animal like them or it is a human being. If it's neither animal nor it doesn't give off a human dominance, as we should, I don't think it must be an animal. But this animal is not built like an animal. It looks like a human, so they get terrified and think we need to attack. And that's how you have animals suddenly attacking people out of the blue. There are places in Africa now where young children playing with snakes, young children playing with lions. Some African villages have lions roaming around all over the place, zebras, all of that. No human being is attacked or hurt. And then you have people in the West. Their cat in house being attacked, a little baby, and killed their baby. Such things happen. What the heck? How come if people over there with lions roaming around, zebras come in and out, snakes here and there, children playing with snakes all over the place, and here little house guests scratch their babies, kill their babies? It is because of the sexual health. If there's sexual health in the community, it's going to be a soothing effect on nature and the animals. And now the plants will grow better also, because nature is meant to be molded by human beings. You know what I mean? The earth is a super living computer. You know what I mean? The earth is a living computer, and we mold this computer with our psychic attitude. You know what I mean? So if there's a lot of sexual health in the environment, the earth's computer is going to reproduce this into the earth. So the crops can grow better, and the trees are going to become greener, all of that. If there's pollution around, this pollution is going to destroy the fact of the earth functioning. Simple as that. So, is this about the soothing effect of sexuality clear? Let me know in the live chat. Is this clear onto you? Now, understand the following. Sexual teamwork comes down to every man around, every woman around act in tune with their design. Now, as I explained, men are fierce, okay? So, for example, let's use a present example. You have a couple. Let's say you have John and Mary. They're a couple, okay? And they have children, okay? Let's say one of the children, they're all grown up, suffers depression, okay? So Mary and John, they pray and they do an inquiry, and they pick up that their son is under some type of attack, okay? Let's say you have the son over here, Michael, and Michael actually was completely broken because he suffers psychic violence from the environment. People like him, blah, blah. The mother now, with her feminine emissions, she can now slow down a lot of this heaviness around him. Just for a moment, she slow it down. And then the husband comes with his fire, smashing all down. And now the son has a bubble of safety around him. You know what I mean? So again, the mother, which is the woman, slows down. Their feminine stuff slows down all the heaviness. You know what I mean? That's what she can do. With the decrees, with singing or whatever. She can meditate on her son, sing, decree, declare in a positive way, and she slows down all the heaviness against the son. Then the husband comes, and husband goes with fire, intensity, or whatever's going on with the son. Suddenly, he gives intense fiery shocks and bursts away for everything. And that's how the sun is a bubble of sage around him. Let's say Mary and John wake up, our son's in danger. I mean, the mother begins to sing songs. She sings songs to make up songs about her son, saying nice things about her son, all of that, and she makes all this love and affection towards her son into the earth's atmosphere. She does that. At the same time, the father is commanding everyone talking shit about my son. Your tongue will hurt in your mouth right now, in Christ's mighty name. Ever my son goes, every danger flees from him right now. Ever my son goes, every opposition gets him burned to ash right now. Oh, earth below me, shake and destroy every opposition against my son. Let's keep doing this like an hour long. Suddenly the son may come and say, hey, mom, dad. Yeah, how are you doing? Were you guys praying for me? because I felt quite depressed an hour ago, and suddenly everything is lifted up. I couldn't pay the rent, right? The landlord just called and tell me, don't worry about rent. I will send you send you a confirmation it's paid. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it, okay? It's fine. My landlord never does this, Father. Guess what? There's a sage above them around the sun because of parents' activity. And all the backfire from the father that he did for about his son affect everyone around with issue against the son. Meanwhile, the soothing effect of the mother slowed everything down. So the woman slows things down with her femininity. That's the best thing she can do. And the father smash is down with his magnetism. You know what I mean? That's a sexual, healthy couple and actually love their children. Okay? Can a man slow things down? He can, but it's not our specialty because we're too dense. A woman can also go off at things, but it goes exhausted. A woman can best slow things down and hinder bad things to give the target time to escape. And a man can actually escalate or whatever is wrong. You know what I mean? See what I mean? So even the prayer and decree styles of men and women should be a bit different based on their design. In church of women going very hard, escalating. Hold on, let the men escalate. They can do it the best. We don't even have to be so loud that our voice may escalate. The women should be smooth and just rejoicing and emitting this softness around. That's what women should be doing. Before I continue, is this clear unto you? Let me know. God is good. Good. I'm glad this is clear. Oh, and by the way, everyone who hasn't done it yet, email me your cell phone number, plus your contact code where you're from. I will add you to the Telegram group. Please have Telegram and WhatsApp also, so we can have a telephone fellowship. Thank you very much. So, this is a married couple. Let's say you're a single mom. Because some women end up single moms because either the father of the child runs away, or the father of the child dies, or things happen in his lifetime. If you're a single mom and you have children, slow down bad effects from your children and give up this motherly feminine affection towards your children. Meditate on your children, sing about your children, decree about your children all the time. You don't have to baby your children in the open if they're adults because it's going to be quite uncomfortable to the public, but please just give it off. And then, because there's no husband around, talk to fellow believers, male believers, and urge to ask them to decree on your children. And then the other male believers, maybe your pastor, can be fierce concerning the situation of your children. You know what I mean? That you don't get exhausted as a woman then. Okay? Because you are a woman. Your specialty is to be feminine, not masculine. Okay? Let the men be masculine. If you are a single dad, because the mother of your child just ran away or whatever, or she died, that's sad, tragic, look for a place with other female believers and let them be very soft about your children, okay? While you do the fierce, intense part. Don't do both because you can't do both. It's not you're either male or female, okay? Males have the specialties, women have the specialties. We all need to operate in our specialties, please, okay? Same way, if you and your husband have a business together, you as a woman, emit your softness, your loving, pleasant softness over the business, please. Don't be the one with the pants on acting manly and all that. Don't do that. You're putting out pollution in yourself and environment. Don't. Let your husband be intense in a happy way. And you do the soft part, okay? Sexual health, remember, without it, there's no prosperity. If you don't have a sex partner now, don't worry, look for sisters in Christ who are willing to be the soft factor in your business. Hire other female believers. Or if you're a woman with your own business, hire male believers or ask brothers in Christ to be the dominant male part, okay? You get what I mean? Let women be feminine as it should, and let men be masculine. Don't mix up the two. All right? So it's clear to you now that without sexual health, there can be no long-term sanity nor stability. Prosperity is long-term sanity, stability in action. So the community is completely stable and sane. That's prosperity. And because the community is stable and sane, now the material is also abundant. And that's the financial part. So the finances are a result of the mental and physical state of the community. We think the finances are primarily. That's bullshit. Finance not primarily. Finance are on the third level. The first level is the mind has to be stable, and the physical body has to be in harmony because the mind is stable. And then the material part comes, which is the finances. You know what I mean? So first is the mind. Second is the body, the effect of the mind. Third is the physical flow, which is economics plus finances. So economics and finance are the third, not the first. The first is the mind has to be in order. That's sexual health. There's an effect on the body of the people. So then you have a harmonious environment in which the physical flow can be easy. You know what I mean? Now, what happens when there is no sexual health? I'll explain that next. But before I do that, let me know if you understand all of this in live chat right now, please. All right, StreamYard is a bit slow, but it's coming. All right, it's clear. I'm glad it's clear. Now, I'm going to leave all of this over here. Now I'm going to show you when there's no sexual health, what's going to happen there. Okay? Again, this is a guy. Let's call him Bart. Okay? He has no sexual health and she was completely broke. Okay, so that means that animals and the nature around are not comfortable around him. Simple as that. He's in lack. So that means he cannot have an easy flow physically. He cannot. What can he have? He's polluted sexually with all this toxicity in his energy fields. Here you have other human beings who are also polluted. Okay, I'm just going to draw like just 5 of them. Okay, all polluted. All polluted human beings. What happens now is that here you have fallen angels, evil spirits. And the evil spirits now can flow through his wounds into the wounds of all these people and cause a movement. Okay? So Bart, let's say Bart wants $200. Okay? Let's say he wants $200. He's in the United States, wants $200. This guy here has $10 on his, this one has $200, this one has $400. They all have some dollars on them, okay? Bart begins to decree $200. I want $200. He's giving up this intensity to the earth. I want $200, but it's going to be polluted in intention. Now, an evil spirit will pick up, he wants $200, and evil spirits are parasites. They can't just do anything by themselves on the earth. Remember I said earlier, they have no physical extension. They have no physical body, so they cannot put a mark on the earth. We can. So Bart now has some money on the account. He wants $200. Keeps going on, $200, come to me now. $200 in my pocket now. Can you actually decree it? He's polluted. Because it's polluted and every decrease, he activates demons. You know what I mean? Demons think, hey, this creature Bart over here is called $200. Austin think, what? $200? Yeah, $200. Yo, let's go. Then the demon saying, okay. He's polluted. He has all this energy fields completely wasted. So demons now think we can just flow through his energy field anytime because he's polluted. The demon's saying, there's a guy over there. He has $400 in his pocket. No, it's too easy. That guy has $50. That guy has $20. So demon said, you know what? He agreed $200. I'm going to flow right through his energy field, pick up some of that pollution. I'm going to launch myself to the other guy. Once I'm at the other guy, I'm going to put in his head $10. And the guy would think $10. Yeah, $10. Now, the guy picks up $10 from his pocket. Then another demon flows. Walk that way. Guy walk that way. And then before you know, that guy is at, I don't know, at the house of Bart. And Bart is selling lemonade, for example. And the guy says, can I have $10 of lemonade, please? Bart, okay, sure, here's the lemonade. Gives it, $10 is there. Leaves. The guy thinks, did I just bought $10 of lemonade? What the heck did I do? But the guy is polluted. Bart is polluted. So the demons just flew through the pollution of Bart, launched onto the pollution of that guy, and pushed the guy there with $10. And this thing the demons do with all these other people. Before you know it, Bart has more than $200 he earned today. There's not many shops and malls out there. You know what I mean? Remember, Bart's polluted. Can Bart have a healthy blue woman near him and still have this paranormal flow? What do you think? Can Bart get away? Can it work scientifically? Bart is not become sexually united with a sexually healthy woman. Okay, this flows will happen. Let me know in the live chat. What do you think? I'm curious about your answers. Can he still do it? I'll just wait for 2 more answers. Can Bart do it with a sexually healthy woman around him? Absolutely not. Because the sexual health of this woman is going to have a soothing effect on his pollution. And then suddenly the flow can happen. So let's say now there's this woman called Jenny. Jenny is sexually healthy, okay? Jenny sees Bart. Says, oh, I like Bart. Jenny doesn't have sex with Bart. No sexual consciousness goes around Bart often. Her soft femininity on Bart kind of slows down Bart's pollution. You know what I mean? But Bart's pollution slowed down, the demons cannot flow that easily anymore. So now Bart cannot make money anymore with selling lemonade. Bart suddenly doesn't make money anymore. Well, forget about selling lemonade, something easy. Let's say Bart has a law firm, okay? And Bart has 10 lawyers working for his law firm. If Bart gets a sexually healthy woman attending that law firm, working there as secretary, her feminine softness is going to disrupt the demonic flow. Before you know it, the law firm may go bankrupt. They don't make any cash anymore. So Bart knows, hey, everyone who works here needs to be sexually unhappy or sexually polluted. So if you're sexually happy and healthy as a woman, stay away, please. If you're polluted as a woman, or you're fucked with this woman, will tolerate you because you can be part of the flow. If you're a man and you're sexually healthy, get away, guys. You're going to destroy us. So they cannot afford to have sexually healthy people working there. Everyone there must be sexually unhappy or sexually frustrated. Simple as that. Because then there can be a demonic flow. You know what I mean? And this demonic flow is the cash flow they have. You follow me? So Bart cannot have Jenny who's sexually healthy around. He needs to have a polluted woman on the same level as him, and then the demons can flow to all of them together. You know what I mean? This is something every warlock understands. No warlock will sexually unite or look for sexual contact with a healthy woman. They will not. Because they know once I have a healthy woman around me, my cash flow is done. I go bankrupt. I go homeless. You know what I mean? For example, you can have 1,000 healthy female believers there, hot female believers wearing sexy dresses, sexy skirts, nylon, ties, whatever you want. You can have sexy, holy women over there. 1,000 of them. The warlock will ignore all of them and go to the one bitch that's complaining all the time. Because he knows with Emmy's holy women over here, I'm finished. I won't make any money. The blue lights going to quit. I have no talent whatsoever. With this bitch over there complains all the time about the access, I can still be afloat over there. A witch that wants to get ahead can leash off of good men and drain them and exhaust them. And by doing that, the men get exhausted and demons can still use exhaustion of those men. You know what I mean? Witches do that. But a man cannot do that. So a man needs to have fucked up women around him. If he's around healthy women, he's done with. So, is it clear now why those with charms cannot be sexually healthy? Is it clear unto you now what a paranormal bubble is? Is this clear unto you? If there are questions about this, I want you to ask them right now. Do you understand what a paranormal bubble is? All right. So, if there is no sexual health, the only thing you can have, there's only one alternative to sexual health, and that is a paranormal bubble. In a paranormal bubble, you're polluted, and the pollution of others are exploited to benefit you physically. That's all you can have. But with all these polluted people around you, it can be dangerous. That's why those that do this paranormal bubble, they have charms. A charm is there a green? Hold on, I need to find a green stick if I have one around. Oh, yes, I have one. Hold on. Yeah, I got it. A charm is demon excrement smeared above your energy field. For example, Bart and his wife Lisa, they did a ritual and fallen angels smeared their demonic excrement on top of your energy field. So they have a green slime sticky layer above the energy fields, and this green slime layer keeps a lot of heavy toxicity at a distance. It doesn't heal them from the inside, just keeps a lot of heaviness at a distance. So Bart may walk the road and nobody stabs him, nor looks for a fight with him. He may even walk around with expensive change and all of that, or with Rolexes, nobody robs him. But because he has this demonic excrement of the energy field, kind of keeps the negativity at the distance. It's not safety. It's not safe. One has to relieve from danger. And if he doesn't watch out, the charm may fade away or break. You know what I mean? So he has to renew the charm over and over again. That's how charms work. And again, the charm can only work if there's pollution inside of them. So that if the moment the pollution is solved, because become more sexually healthy, the charm fades away too. So if make use of charms, you have to be sexually unhealthy. Simple as that. Or else the charm doesn't work, and so you have no hinder against danger. So pagans have no safety. They only have hinder against danger. You know what I mean? And with this, they can still be afloat financially. This is how the majority of all corporations, businesses in the world operate. That's why one of those businesses either have a Buddha statue or they have a Baphomet statue. They're very blunt if you do a Baphomet statue. Or they have some type of evil eye over there. They have some type of pagan establishment over there because they have charms. Sometimes the whole building is smeared with demonic excrement. You may walk into a restaurant, you feel a bit dirty when you walk through the door, because the whole building is smeared with demonic excrement. So that's why the place never rocked, because there is this demonic slimy layer that hinders all other bad stuff. You get me? It's only temporarily. I'm not saying the restaurant can't serve great and quality food. They can, but you still feel dirty walking in there because there's a demonic excrement on top of it that will keep it safe. So this is why you have some restaurants or some businesses were never looted nor robbed, because they have this relief from danger. You know what I mean? So, have you ever experienced that you walked to a building full dirty the moment you walked in, but you couldn't explain why? Have you ever experienced that? Let me know in the live chat. Mhm. Okay, now you know what's going on. It was a charmed building. Some of those police stations out there are charmed. The courthouse are charmed. You know what I mean? That's when you go to a courthouse, you often feel horrible when you arrive there. Even if the judge is smiling and happy, you feel a bit horrible over there. Why? Because they have a whole layer, or sometimes even a meter. I mean, sometimes they have a meter high, a meter thick layer of demon excrement over there. A meter. For weeks, demons are flying around there, leave some of their shit over there. You go towards this building, go through a meter layer of demonic excrement. That's going to affect your body. That's why a lot of people that work there are in a horrible state. That's why in the courthouse, you need to operate in a fearful setting. The judge walks in, rise up, stand up, only the judge gives permission to sit. If you don't do that, you can go to prison for 60 days. They put this fear into you because you have to generate anxiety. You have to generate pollution for the charm of the courthouse to work. Let me say it like this. Let's say this is the courthouse building over here. Okay? There's a green layer, sometimes a meter thick of demonic excrement above it. Everyone inside the building must generate this anxiety to keep this protective layer there. The moment everyone in the courthouse is happy and joyful, guess what? This demonic layer of excrement layer from demons begins to burn away. If it's burned away, suddenly all the criminals will loot the courthouse, light on fire, everything with it. The reason why criminals or terrorists doesn't attack the courthouse is because of this thick layer of demon excrement on top of it. That's why everyone in the courthouse must be in an anxious state. If you're not in an anxious state, they will force you to be anxious by trying to put you in jail. You know what I mean? There are even companies like this. You may work at an office somewhere, and every time in the office, the employer always puts you under anxiety. There's so much work you need to do. If you don't do it right, you can be fired. They're always trying to fire you or suggest you can fire you or suggest you need to look for another job. No, it's not easy to get jobs. Why are you doing that? When you're anxious, you're contributing to the charm you have on the building. If you're happy all the time at the office, in a good mood, you will produce good work, but you will destroy the protective layer, the paranormal layers over there. Once that is destroyed, there's no cash flow anymore. You know what I mean? So it goes like this. You have a business over here with a paranormal layer. You have people over here, the population is polluted. You have the fallen angels over here in the dark clouds. And there's a flow, a circulation over there. Cash comes this way. So there's cash coming this way, cash from the public. And then you have the government over here. A piece of it goes to taxes. And keep the public happy, something goes back to the public in the form of subsidies. You know what I mean? It's paranormal. That's what it is. There are businesses like corporations, whatever, they have a green layer, and they now extract whatever physical wealth is amongst the people. The demons with those publics polluted. The government keeps them in check so it doesn't go too far. And the government kind of gives a little bit back to the public so the public doesn't revolt. Then you have the police and the courthouses are also charmed that intervene. If a charm fails, they try the public to get along with the flow. That's all it is. The courthouses, the police, as well as the business are all under demonic, all under charms. So that's why, as a believer, many slaves don't want to hire you. Some of your believers are overqualified. They still want to give you the job. Why? Because you don't fit the paranormal flow. That's why. That's why believers should be sexually healthy with one another. I'm not saying believers should have orgies, all that bullshit. No, but believers should be sexually healthy with each other, from healthy sexual unions with one another, so that we can have our own dominance on the earth. Because the world cannot have any dominance, it can only have a paranormal bubble. Society is a bunch of paranormal bubbles together. So now you know how to shut down courthouses, how to shut down the police, and shut down those corporations. Be in a sexual healthy, happy mood. Sexual happiness shuts down any paranormal activity. Ooh, I just said it. Someone will be very upset with me right now. I don't effing care. This is how you shut down every tyranny around you. Sexual happiness. That doesn't mean you need to have sex with every one of the sex that you think is attractive. No, you don't have to be actually doing physical sex all the time. Sexual happiness is an attitude that will rejuvenate your body, and it will actually give ease to your daily life. Sexual happiness shuts down any paranormal activity. Write this down in the live chat, all of you. Sexual happiness shuts down every paranormal activity. Whew. No paranormal activity can continue in ease with sexual happiness around. Amen. Hey, I want to see all of you write it down. Sexual happiness shuts down any paranormal activity. Write it down in the live chat. I'll write me too over here. Right. Let me see if you're all writing it down. Very important to remember. Sexual happiness shuts down any paranormal activity. And that's why I'm so shocked at these churches. Many of these churches talk about the kingdom of darkness. Demons have rights. You need to fight the legal rights of demons. You need to cast down those demonic storms. You need to pray for days. And I'm thinking, whoa. Demons are parasites. They take advantage of our sexual dysfunction as a species. So when we have sexual happiness, demons, it's like kryptonite onto them. In the Superman movie, there's this thing called kryptonite. There's around Superman begins to crumble, fall apart. This is what sexual happiness does. Sexual happiness is the kryptonite that shuts down all the evil spirits. Satan himself, with all his strength, cannot fully function when he's around a sexually happy human being. Even that human being is an unbeliever. Even a sexually healthy unbeliever, Satan cannot function well around them. Satan begins to stutter. He begins to crash. He begins to be frozen, can't move. Satan functions completely with glitches and then around a sexually happy human being, believer or unbeliever. You hear me? So even an unbeliever out there, even the sinner out there, if he has any type of sexual happiness going on, no demon can fully function around him. You hear me? Other human beings can also not act out easily next around them because their pollution has no flow with him. If someone screams at you, insults you, and you get upset and agitated about it, now you are in pollution too. Now the pollution can flow towards you, and now they can physically slap you and kill you. You know what I mean? If you stay in a sexually happy mood, you are upset that they scream at you and cuss you out. If you turn around very quickly and become happy, if they come close to slap you, they begin to malfunction. If they slap you, it's going to bounce very quickly. It doesn't hurt you that much. But if you are agitated because, hey, you cussed me out, the fuck you think you are? Now you're negativity. Now they can easily pick up a gun and shoot you. You will likely die or stab you. someone below, someone that's in their early teens or a child, you can do almost whatever you want with them because they're not spiritually capable. But once someone is in their late teens and older, they're spiritually capable, you can't just do whatever you want with them. You have to trick them into negativity before you actually talk to negative with them. I'm not saying you can't victimize them physically or whatever, you can. But if they are in a happy mood, if they're in sexual happiness all the time, it's very hard to physically victimize them. Very hard. You know what I mean? I don't care whether you have bullets or knives, whatever. You can still harm them physically, but actually killing them and destroying them completely is very hard. If they are in sexual pollution, man, you can slap around as much as you can. You know what I mean? You can do that. You know what I mean? So self-defense, boundaries, personal space, privacy, all those things only weigh down on you. They do not contribute to sexual happiness. So that means it doesn't benefit you. It keeps you in danger. All right? Let me see around here. So, sexual teamwork. The women are in the femininity, slowing down dark charges. Men are in masculinity, hammering down on the darkness in a joyful way. Not like some of the churches, being to scream and be angry with demons. What? Really? Spend most effort on fallen angels or Nephilim spirits? Are you kidding me? Yo, some of these churches, a woman is demon possessed with demon inside of her. They scream at her. Come on, Jesus Christ, my name. Demon, come on, tell your name. Why do you want to know the name of the demon? Why do you want to know the demon's name? Is he that important? The human being, the female is important, not him. God kicked it out of heaven. He's going to lake of fire soon. That's it. Then again, to slap the woman down, throw her around, throw water on her, and think, whoa, you guys are hurting the woman. You guys are hurting the woman. Cast the damn devil out and then focus on her emotional and psychological recovery. No, they slap the woman around, throw water on her, and now the woman goes from place to place. The demons are throwing the woman all over the place. Thinking, what the heck, man? You guys are harming the woman more than the demon. Sometimes demons already out of the body, and demon things what are human beings doing? They slap the woman around, not even there anymore. You know what I mean? One time was a Nigerian church. There was this German guy, this white guy from Germany came because there was a demon haunting him since childhood. They began to interview the demon inside of him. Asking questions what demons been up to. I was thinking, yo, is this a dating site for demons? The guy came all the way from Germany, bought an airplane, they come all the way there just because they need to rid of the demon. He shouldn't have been able to do all of that. That means in Germany, they were so incompetent over there, nobody could cast out the demon. Well, that's a shame for Germany, that the guy had to go all the way to West Africa to get a demon out of him. That means the believers are in Germany. I'm sorry, you guys have to look at yourself very, very, very well. How come he had to go all the way to Africa? He comes there, what's the pastor doing? Interviewing the demon. Playing tough on the demon. What? Listen, one time was a Estonian woman that had a fierce spirit with her. I picked up, oh my goodness. She asked me what goes on. I told her, listen, you have an entity. Really? I thought I can get it out. Okay, what do I told just hold my hands. I held her hands for like 2 minutes long. I transferred masculine magnetism onto her as a cover. The demon appeared behind her back, looking sad. I didn't even speak to the demon. I just looked angry at him, and he understood. He left. Then I just kept holding hand and just released some happiness into her, and it was over. Demon gone. Fierce spirits love to scream around God's scene, not over here. In just 2.5 minutes, fierce spirit out. The woman felt better, acted better. And now you have these churches. A guy comes all the way from Germany, and you interview the demon inside of him. Now the guy is slammed on the floor. I'm like, what the heck is this? Yo. So please, don't let those Babylon churches fool you, okay? It's easy to kick out people's spirits. If you're sexually happy, it's kryptonite. It's poison to any demon if you're sexually happy, I'm telling you. And other human beings that are in a polluted state also can't handle sexual happiness because it's too troubling for them. Because that means they have to look at themselves. I'm not saying sexual happiness is also all issues in life. I didn't say that, but it's kryptonite to evil spirits and evil human evildoers. Have you noticed in the Batman movies, the joke's always in happy moods? And he never gets harmed? And Batman, who has all the money around, can't even find a woman to stay with. He has to be a playboy. So Batman uses a paranormal bubble, both as a billionaire and as this superhero. He uses a charm that expires. The Joker is how a believer should be, in a sexually happy mood all the time, laughing off evil. That's how we need to grow and become. Is this all clear onto you? Question to you. What is the number one weapon against evil spirits we have as human beings? What is the number one effective weapon against evil spirits? Write down, write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down. What is the number one effective weapon we have against evil spirits? Write it down right now. If you pay attention, you know what it is. Write it down right now in the live chat, please. Let me see if you got it. Yes, you got it. Sexual happiness, which is an attitude. That is why society is so keen on sexually polluting you from a young age. If you're listen, I had them say this to little boys when I was growing up, that looking at girls is dirty. I was just a little boy. I didn't know what I was at. I was saying shit like this. Or stop looking at the girls or whatever. What? Later, when I was a teenager, I was thinking, why were we not allowed to look at the girls? We were just little children. We had no sexual intent, nothing. Why did they put in us not to look at women? As grown men, we have to look at women, right? There are places where they separate the sexes completely. Women have their so-called world, men have their world, like the ancient Greeks did. Didn't Jesus say, when God put together, no man separate? When Jesus said what God put together, no man separate, he was talking about soulmates or sex partners individually. God made Adam and Eve. They have to operate in a union together. That's how all human beings should operate. Separate that and you fuck up your whole community. What God put together, what God put together, no man separate. What did they do in ancient Greece? They separated two. Ancient Rome, they separated two. Jesus grew up under the Roman Empire. It was Greek culture. In Greek culture, they separated males and females. So there was a big disharmony that caused a lot of demons to manifest. You know what I mean? So Jesus said, God made them male and female from the start. And Adam, the first human being, the man, he had intelligence. He realized, Heavenly Father, I cannot get into this horse over here. I can't get into this cat over here, this dog. Heavenly Father, I couldn't join any of them. God told them, calm down. Adam went to sleep. God took a rib, made the woman. When he woke up Adam, she fits you. Adam said, she's going to call my name because she's made out of a man. And I can already see Heavenly Father. Our descendants will be like this. The men will have to leave their mom and dad. Adam invented the terms mom and dad. Were invented by Adam, okay? Because the word Adam had no human parents, neither did Eve, okay? So Adam said, any male descendant of mine will have to leave his parents' care first, then he can cleave to a woman and they will be a union. There's one flesh. And one flesh either manifests into making children or just being an active union on the earth. You hear me? So one flesh refers to being in sexual harmony with one another. It does not refer to a specific husband or wife meeting one another in life. What God put together, no man separate. So don't separate God's males and females from functioning in God's design. Don't do that. But that's what the world is doing they put it in you from a young age. Sexual misfortune is the gas of capitalism. What we have in the world today, capitalism, that if you have a car, you need gas for the car to work. Now, some cars work on electricity now, But in common, cars used to work on gas. Cars were electric in the beginning, in the late 19th century. And the batteries used back then were differently built, much more enduring. But because they want the F1 to be dependent on gas, they think cars they have to use gas now. You know what I mean? Now, a car that's built on to use gasoline. Without gasoline, nothing will happen. Same with capitalism. Capitalism needs sexual misfortune. Without sexual misfortune, capitalism as a bubble cannot work. Because capitalism is a global bubble by the bankers. And it can only work if the population is sexually misfortunate. That's why prostitution, crime, and porn get so much cash flow. Because they need those things to keep the bubble going. That's why those churches don't teach on human sexuality. Because the church rely on the cash flow of capitalism. Of course, if you rely on the cash flow of capitalism, you don't teach about sexual health. You should be destroying the bubble you rely on. You know what I mean? No sex for marriage. Or it won't say, yeah, just put a condom, do whatever you want. Both are restrictions will kill you. Tell them what sexuality is, what it's not, why it's important, what the goal is, and then reflect God's heavens on the earth, and we all are better off. But if we do that, we don't have this easy bubble anymore. We don't look down on other people anymore. That's what it comes down to. A sexually healthy population is a shutdown for the shadow government. It's a shutdown for the Catholic system. It's a shutdown for the world system. You need to be sexually misfortunate. Every country in the world has some type of sexual misfortune that they put on the public. America has its thing it puts on the public. The Netherlands has sexual grief. Sexual grief is the thing in the Netherlands that they want to put on the public. If you're not sexually grieving, you are a threat. If you're not sexually grieving in life, there are going to be agents coming after you to make you uncomfortable. If you're a woman in the Netherlands and you're not sexually grieving, I don't care whether you are 17 or 25 or 60 or 70, whatever. If you're not sexually grieving as a woman in the Netherlands, there are going to be witches coming to look at you, make you uncomfortable, just to till you become so anxious that you become sexually misfortunate. Because sexual misfortune is the pattern of the Netherlands. The paranormal flow of catch in the Netherlands is how it works. If you're not sexually grieving, you are a threat to make things collapse. It's quite easy to trick a woman to be sexually misfortunate through anxiety. It's hard to do it on a man. If you are a man in the Netherlands and you're not sexually grieving, the warlocks is going to send gang stalks after you. You leave your house, there's a car standing there, a guy's looking at you. You go to the market, same guy appears. You come back home, same guy is standing there. Why is the guy there all the time? You tell your mom, your dad, there's a guy with a green car every time around when I go leave the house. They tell you, oh man, you're overreacting, you become paranoid. If you don't watch out, gang stalking means systematic stalk will make you paranoid indeed. You will crash down mentally, and now you are in sexual misfortune. You're not sexually grieving, but it's still sexual misfortune. You know what I mean? So you still, at least you're not a threat anymore. So gang stalking is a tool that devil worshippers use to make sure all the men and women are in the sexual misfortune of the country. Britain has another type of sexual misfortune over there. In Britain, is sexual indulgence. That's really the issue. People indulge in sex without thinking properly. You know what I mean? That's why they want to put on public. Every country or every region has a type of sexual misfortune they want to put on the public. And the devil worshippers get terrified if anyone, whether believer or unbeliever, doesn't get along with that. And gang stalking is when you insist on being sexually healthy, because as human being, you can do that. If you do that, eventually they're going to pick up, there's this 15-year-old girl over here. She's a little bit hard. Why is she insecure about her body like all the other girls? But, oh, she's 15, wait till she's 20 in college, she's going to work out. If it's a guy that's 15, a teenage boy who insists on his male dominance, they're going to think, we need to slap the guy a little bit, and we need to threaten him, we need to do this and that. You could be 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, and suddenly you have people want to beat you up, look for a fight with you. Or in Rotterdam, if you walk around smiling often, you'll have people from the street, gang members, ask you why you're smiling that often. What's wrong with you? Do you want to fight? What the fuck are you smiling like that? Such things, I've seen such things happen. So gang stalking is when the devil worshippers enforce sexual misfortune on you. Only believers can overcome this gang stalking. This gang stalking is intense, especially on men. As a woman, if you tell them you feel like people are watching you all the time or whatever, or they're hacking your account, whatever, people tell the same thing for you. As a man saying that, they lash, hey, you're a man, deal with it, or you just want attention, or they call the psych ward to push in a psych ward immediately. Gang stalking, the real gang stalking. I'm not talking about those attention wars who usually say, oh, I'm a TI, I'm talking to fish, oh, help me. I'm not talking about those people. Actual systematic stalking are done by that worshippers, make sure nobody becomes sexually healthy. That's it. And all these churches are in on it. So is it clear onto you what gang stalking really is and why it's being done? Let me know in the live chat. All right. Marie understands it. Joanna understands it. The rest understand it too. It's quite important. You understand about what gang stalking is and why it's being done. All right. So understand this. Sexual happiness is kryptonite onto the paranormal. They don't want it around at all. You know what I mean? That's why neither church nor the nightclubs teach what proper sex is. They won't, and they can't. The nightlife teaches you just hit it and quit it or put a condom on, do what you want, you only live once. Church tells you, wait till you're in a wedlock under firm restrictions, then you can do it under restrictions. We also will mess you up. None of them actually say what human sexuality is and how you can benefit and enjoy it to the maximum. They won't. I'm telling you right now, sexuality should operate under God's guidelines, not under restrictions. Restrictions are toxic. Restrictions concerning sex are toxic and will weigh you down. Guidelines will motivate you to be empathetic towards others. Sexual guidelines make you empathetic and more human towards others. Sexual restrictions make you narcissistic and anxious. You know what I mean? So if you want the amount of predators, rapists, and all those weirdos sexually to decrease, promote God's guidelines concerning sex. Stop these sexual restrictions will only make you anxious and narcissistic. All right? Now, I told a lot in this live stream. So you need to play this back in order to catch it. All right? Sexual teamwork. If that does not happen, it's game over. Okay? So, without sexual teamwork, you have no dream. It takes sexual teamwork to make it takes sexual teamwork to make the dream work. The dream can work if there is a team. Without a team, no dream can work. A lot of guys are dreaming, but there's no team there. Without a team, nothing can happen. Pagans have no sexual health, and they don't. They can get close. They can even get close sexual health because they're pagan. They need the sexual function for the paranormal to work. So they only have bubbles. They join together to keep the bubbles going. That's why they invest so much in all these things that frustrate you sexually. Work a 9 to 5. Or girl, go party wild if you want. Put a condom on. Just mess up sexually. Only live once. Or they tell women, please stay abstinent for 15 years and you find a husband. Or tell men, oh guy, just fuck every woman you can find, man. That's good. Just do it. Smash and dash. Or tell a guy, look for the right woman. Without any issues. Doesn't exist either. All of us face issues in this lifetime. That's why there's so much investment in sexual misfortune. Without it, this world will dissolve and crash instantly. That's how important sexual misfortune is to the world. You want to be out? Then operate in God's sexual guidelines. Simple as that. All right. Are there any questions about this topic? Let me know right now. Are there any questions? Let me know right now, please. And don't forget, all of you, send me your cell phone number in my email, my Estado Domingo email. so that I can add you to WhatsApp or Telegram and have a telephone fellowship with you. I'm going to do it one by one. I also want to add you to the Telegram group, especially you guys do it. Okay? Some of you guys I asked to do it in comment excuse. Stop doing that, man. Just join. Your masculinity is needed, please. Amen. Are there any questions now? But stop. Let me know now. I'll wait for another minute. Mm-hmm. Just wait. God is good. I feel people are typing right now, so I'm curious which questions are coming. Let me check. Someone asked, what's a good mindset to remain sexually happy? Okay, let me leave the question marked. The good mindset to remain sexually healthy is embrace your vulnerability completely. Embrace your vulnerability, whether you're man or woman, embrace your vulnerability completely and rejoice in it. Rejoice being this vulnerable, dependent being. Once you do that, realize, if I'm vulnerable and dependent, so are all other people. Now you feel comfortable with other people because you don't have to compensate all the time. That's the basic of remaining sexuality. Embrace your vulnerability and dependency to the full. Embrace it. All right? Okay, let me see. When believers agree declare for financial flow, how does that work? Okay. Well, oh yeah, I have it over here. Let's write down. Let's say I have a believer over here. Joanna asks a question. I'm use a female example. Okay. This is Joanna. I put a nice dress on her. Nice hair. This is her feminine energy field over here. Let's say Joanna decrees for financial flow. Let's say she wants $200,000. Okay, she decrees that. Okay, let's think that's the case. She gives off a shock into the Earth's atmosphere. What's going to happen now is that this shock is going to echo around also. And this shock, let's say you have a bank over here. Okay. Hold on, let's say you have the bank of, let's say, Canada right over here. This is a bank, the shape of a temple, and the bank has, of course, a paranormal charm on it. What's to expect? Okay? She doing this puts a shock on the bank. You hear me? The bank has a load, a shocking load on it and inside of it. And this disrupts the paranormal charm. So now she keeps decreeing it. Here you have a landlord that has a few apartment complexes. His individual charm is also under pressure by Joanna's decrees. All right? Then you have a farmer nearby. The farmer, with his paranormal bullshit, is also facing a crash. So every pagan institution around now, hold on, has these loads on them. And she keeps decreeing for $200,000. At some point, the bank is going to start losing money out of the blue. The landlord begins to have burglars breaking in. So all their charms are crashing. One day, Joanna walks by the bank. And she walks in. She wants to have a business loan. They're going to give it towards her because of the policies. One day, she gets an idea of opening up a donation pool. And before you know it, this landlord goes to a fortune teller and tell her, this is a woman over there, keep the money $1,000. As long as she gets $1,000, all you guys are going to start having difficulty in cash flow. So the guy thinks, you know what? Let me send 50,000. Let's donate 50,000 towards her. Let the bitch shut her mouth for a moment, hindering me. That's why he's going to be very pissed off. And who's this bitch? Okay, give her 50,000. She leaves me alone. Suddenly, Joanna has 50,000 in a PayPal donation pool. She thinks, yay, we're not there yet. Then there's going to be this farmer. His wife thinks, there's someone disrupting us. Who this bitch think she is? But the wife realized very quickly, we can't go further with this because we're going to crash completely. You know what? Let me donate $100,000 to her right now. And the last 50,000 are two bank employees doing a little bit of their own salary. And now before you know it, she has $200,000 that she longs for. And now she can open, let's say, I don't know, a barber shop or a clinic, whatever she wants to do. You know what I mean? That's why this girlfriend believers the finances. She's a woman. She's not a man. So she can't be magnetically on the people. She can't do that. But even as a woman, the feminine nature, she can trigger these people to shut their mouths and comply. You know what I mean? She doesn't need to, how do I say, hold on, let me put this back on. She doesn't have to pick up a gun, put it to space, give you money right now. She doesn't have to sleep with everyone to blackmail them to give her the money. She doesn't have to beg on the streets. She can just command it over and over again in confidence. And all these charms around in an environment of 20 kilometers have a problem. And eventually figure out who is this disrupting us? Who's this guy disrupting us? Oh, fuck. Is she a believer? Ooh, Lord. Is she well connected with other believers? Oh, shit. No. Guys, help out very quickly. If it was a man, like if it was Mark doing it, then, let's fight this man. What this guy think he is? Let me try to fight. If it's a woman, they think, shit. If we attack a woman, the community will be upset with us. And other believers will be upset. No, we can't have that. If you're a man, they'll try to attack you more. If you're a woman, then they give in, just to keep you calm. Because you know how women can be. They don't have to wait. They can go on and on and on for months. This happens when believers decree finances. We disrupt any paranormal flow around us and force them that person on favor, whether they want it or not. Maybe you need some finances. Maybe you need to pay rent, or maybe you need to do this and that. You apply for 50 jobs, not a reply. You went to clear the crack. A job agency, suddenly the head of job agency suddenly gets a headache at night. He can't sleep. For 5 days in a row, he can't sleep. He has a headache. And then he goes to one of the demons. Demons tell them, someone applied for a job, never declined. Then the CEO of the job agency, he never gets involved with any recruiters, ever. He gets contacted recruiter them directly saying, Franklin, you declined a job to this woman called Jessica, right? Frank thinks, well, you're the CEO, you never talked to us. We didn't know who you are. Listen, make sure this woman gets a job right now, or else you're fired. Give this woman a job before the day ends. Offer her 10 jobs necessary. And suddenly, Jessica gets 10 jobs out of the blue. Because the head knows, as long as this woman cannot pay her rent, I can't have any sleep. I'm going to be halted in my own house. I can't have sex with my wife and enjoy it. I can't just eat a dinner and like it. I can't just watch a movie. I can't go to my son's game. I can't do everything. I can't be functioning even in my own house, even in my own bedroom. As long as this woman doesn't have a job. That's how it works with believers to create prosperity. We put the pressure and they have no choice but to comply. So I don't understand how believers are putting up with poverty and lack. Are you kidding me? I've done this a lot, and I keep doing it. Amen? Amen. Make build out. So you think some people are fine of your sexual health? Well, if they're used to misfortune, of course they're going to be terrified, but that's on them. So operate in your sexual happiness and learn to enforce it on the earth for a moment. Please, believers, come on, please, just do it. How come you have pagans Pagans and devil worshippers, you put the titles on us. Devil worshippers go so far, they trigger sexual misfortune on you on a daily basis. They put gang stalks out there. They have organized stalking, people don't get along with sexual misfortune. They do all of that into your face. They even kidnap and kill people from time to time. They go so far to keep the bubble going. And what are believers doing? Oh, we just pray on Sunday. Maybe it happens, maybe not. That's it. Are you kidding me? Learn to enforce things. Darn it. Yes, I'm cussing out. Learn to enforce things for a moment. Instead of crying all the time, begging to God. Learn to enforce things as a believer and just trust God without working. All right. Let me see if there are any other questions. Well, you're being under attack because they don't want you to improve. They don't want you to actually act out your sexual health. They don't want that. Amen. Any more questions? Let me know right now. Just know, as a believer, you can put charge in the community, and they have to comply with you to make it happen for you. If you're a man, you're so-called single, and you still don't have someone, and you really want someone, you can put a charge in the community. And before you know it, you have a lot of women present themselves to you. Because they know as long as you don't get any pussy to be with, I'm sorry, everyone's going to have issues. There are male believers doing this, and before you know it, all these candidates popping up. There are female believers who want a husband, and they just can't seem to find one. They put a charge on the community to decrease decoration, all of them. Before you know it, we have a lot of quality men saying, oh, I have a brother, I have a nephew who you may be interested in. You know what I mean? This polite shit of never forcing yourself on other people, and always people have a right to will, they will cut it out. Society doesn't allow you to choose. You don't choose what they want, they kill you or make life harder than society does. And we have to take it. We're not harming people and hurting people. We just want to live on earth as God intended to be. Whereas whatever it is, learn with charge in the community in a Christ-centered way and see things work out for you. And God will guide you. Start doing it. Okay, Lafayette, learn to operate in faith, please. Stop looking at all the wrong things they can do. Focus on what you can do in Christ, please. Thank you very much. And learn to bond with other believers. We're also walking by faith. Thank you very much, too. All right. Okay. I'm going to close on this live stream now. Please send your email, send your cell phone numbers with a country code, please, so I can add you on Telegram or WhatsApp. I prefer Telegram also because then we can add to the Telegram fellowship group. Especially you guys, do it, please. Your masculinity is needed. Thank you all for being here. Keep agreeing with Christ. And I'll see you next time. Live stream can be shut down. God is good all the time. Amen.